who is the Teamster down in Cleveland. We have our Toledo folks with us here today. Yeah. We got Brother Dale Parker and Heidi. The Teamster down there. Back there. They've been hustling since Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and let Al kick it off since Al is the... okay.
Well, first of all, we're on the right side of the issue. You know, we're not the villains here. We're the victims, based on what this corporate greed continues to do to be adverse all of us when you do the work that all of you do. So it's good that we finally have labor coming together. You know, we are the 99%. So that's why we got Dale Parker here, we got our brother Mike here, we got Lance here, and we're here. And what we can continue to tell you is that on behalf of our General President, our 1.4 million, that we're finally finding a way where they don't separate us anymore. Because that's how they've been winning. I know that you were out earlier on your own, and that was a little bit of a back seat as far as where was everybody else at. And part of the problem was we thought that we could do it on our own. Everybody thought that they could do it on their own. We can't get this done on our own. This is a giant. We have to be more and more militant. We have to be more and more defiant based on bringing some justice to this employer based on $2 billion in profits when they call themselves non-profit, that they can do better in health care, they can do better in pension, they can do better in all these working conditions that's really adverse to all of you. So the bottom line, I'm using cliches since we're talking about lobotomists and collecting blood, we have to stick together. Stick and stay, I want you to say this with me, stick and stay is bound to pay.
Stick and stay is bound to pay.
Stick and stay is bound to pay. So I can assure you what we're going to do, because I know there's some mediation set. You like that one, huh? You like that one? Here, we're going to come back up on the 11th and the 12th, because whatever they do here in Michigan, whatever they do in Toledo, whatever they do in Cleveland, regardless of what they've done around the country, we want to bring some justice for the rest of the country that don't have the stick-to-itiveness to get through the whole process. We got to find a way to get this thing done. We're at the finish line right here. We got to get the doggone thing across. And if we stick together, we'll get it across and get something done that's going to be beneficial for all of us and the whole country and your families. Yeah! Stick and stay is bound to pay.
Stick and stay is bound to pay. Stick and stay is bound to pay. Stick and stay is bound to pay.
Now I'm going to turn it over to my other brothers. Thanks, Lance. Thanks, Mike. Where's Dale at?
Dale?
Hey, Dale, get on up here, man. These guys got to say something, man.
Oh, no. All right, good morning. Thanks for coming out. All you from Cleveland, thank you very much for coming out. Proud to stand with you folks, as we've said before. We're glad to be where you are today. We're glad you can be here with us. I think it's important to remember what Al said. There is a higher purpose here. There's a higher goal here. We're all caught up in this. We're all part of it. We're all part of standing for the safety of the blood supply in America. We're all part of standing up for the workers in America, protecting our collective bargaining rights. Amen. We're all part of the right side because we're protecting our collective bargaining rights so we can have a voice on the job, so we can help keep the blood supply safe in this country. You know as well as I do, if you speak up today, you're hauled in the office. You know as well as I do, if you put anything out on Facebook, there's somebody here that can raise their hand on that, you're in the office getting harassed. They don't want you talking about unsafe blood. They want to shut you up in the media. We're here to tell them we're not going to shut up. We're going to be loud. We're going to be proud. And we stand for the right side of this cause. It's going to be a long fight, guys. Need you to hang tough. Brother Dale Parker on the UFCW Toledo.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for Cleveland for coming up. We brought a few of our members from Toledo up. What you guys are looking at now is you're looking at people who are real trade unionists. We had a coalition that we put together 4 years ago with all the Red Crosses across the country that came together. We met every other month for 4 years, and they all were going to stick together. And they all looked at the loss of their union dues, and they decided to accept these bad contracts with this horrible insurance in it. But we, UFCW, Teamsters out of Cleveland, the Teamsters here in Lansing, OPIU out of Lansing said, we're not standing for it. We're not bringing back an offer to our members and recommending an offer to our members with insurance costs in it that we as union people can't afford to pay. You're a representative. It wouldn't be right for us to look you in the face and say, accept something that we can't afford to pay. So we said, we're going to stick together. We're not folding. We're not giving in. Our CEO sent our members yesterday a letter saying that none of you are going to lose your job. Well, we told them all that on Sunday when we met because it's an unfair labor practice strike. And that, hey, after 2 weeks, come on back. We'll welcome you back. It's going to be a long fight. Where our people know it's going to be a long fight, they're not going back. We had 11 out of 135 who crossed the line. But you know what? The other 120 are staying strong. The other 124 are staying together. And they said, we're not having it. We're staying out until we get what we feel is right and what we feel we need. They're running scared, and as long as you stick together, we can win this fight. We will also be up here next week on the 11th and 12th, next month rather, on the 11th and 12th, to sit at the table, because when one get a fair contract, all of us are going to get a fair contract. So just hang in there. I know it's cold out here. More than me. Stick in there, and we're going to win this fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Cleveland. Thank you, Toledo. I appreciate you guys coming up. We'll reciprocate and send folks down as well to interact so that we can all get to know each other a little bit better. In 2009, we did a purposeful 3-day strike, and our focus at that time was to say, look, $21 million so far in FDA fines, and they're scoffing. They're scoffing at the FDA. They don't care what the FDA says. They play games with them. We said they committed 24 unfair labor practice charges at that time. The Red Cross denied both of those things. Now, $47 million in fines 3 years later. We've been vindicated with our message. 10-day, 11-day trial. We won almost every single unfair labor practice charge, including the fact that the Red Cross has bargained a bad faith since day one. We were vindicated with that message as well. This message we're also going to be vindicated with. We're going to stand together. I'm honestly very proud of these groups for going through what is going to be a very difficult fight. Okay, but we can win this fight if we stick together like the rest of my brothers said over here. So I'm proud of you guys all being out here. I think we're going to be cold. I think we're going to be wet. We got some ponchos coming and all that, but you know, this is a big deal. We can win this if we all stay together. So thanks for being out here, and let's rock and roll.
We're going to do this in a little bit in reverse order. We got one of our members that really always has some good words of wisdom. We see this start off, and we're going to do this in reverse order, do a closing and listening prayer based on what this is all about. This is our brother Mason.
Hey guys, let's just bow our heads in prayer. Father, I just thank you for this day. I thank you that you have made this day, God, and I thank you for all these people that are here that are standing for a right cause, God, and I just ask that your blessing be upon them. Lord, I just ask for safety on this picket line, Lord. Father, I thank you that you will bring unity to this group, Lord. Unity is just something that is just so important, Father, and we just ask that you strengthen us, that you give us courage to fight the fight, Lord. We just ask for your favor in the outcome of this, God. We ask that you bring peacemakers, Lord, Father, to this situation, to bring a fair and peaceful solution to this labor dispute, God. We just give you honor and glory in your name. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
As far as OPIU goes, last September, when we go